How can Barbie's runaway success be anything but an open refutation of get woke, go broke? The drinker, knowingly or not, though I suspect knowingly, has furnished this movement with an answer. Barbie tricked the world. People were lured to see it under false pretenses. It doesn't count as a counterexample because the trailers lied. A carefully calculated, almost plausible justification for the continuation of that anti-woke grift his fans so rapidly claim he's not a part of. To be clear though, I am not stating that this is the case. It is a possibility, sure, but there is another one.
I'm just gonna say, like, after calling him a liar for 18 minutes and 30 seconds, calling him alt-right or alt-right adjacent or whatever, alt-right substrate, like, oh, but look, there's an alternative explanation here. Okay. What do you think it's gonna be?
How can Barbie's runaway success be anything but an open refutation of get woke, go broke? The drinker, knowingly or not, though I suspect knowingly, has furnished this movement with an answer. Barbie tricked the world. People were lured to see it under false pretense.
Wait, okay, this is such bullshit. So
Barbie tricked the world.
You can criticize Ben Shapiro because he wrongly predicted that the movie's success would drop off a cliff.
Of
And that it wouldn't
course.
be popular after the first
Yeah. Take
But that's
that.
not true.
How could he not see that pink flagstone wall and know this movie was going to be a massive success?
Right. No, I mean, I thought it was going to do well because I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's funny. And that's really what most people care about. It's funny enough. And it had so much, like, positive buzz surrounding it in the first place. But in Critical Drinker's video, he never, ever, I don't think, did I miss it? I don't remember him ever bringing up anything. And maybe he would show it in a clip if he said it. He doesn't bring up, like, oh, this movie is not going to do well, and if it does do well, the only reason is because it tricked audiences. That's just a creation that this garbage person just created out of nowhere and just shoved onto. He just created a straw man and then shoved it onto Critical Drinker to just attack him with it. He never said that, and he never even applied that.
Critical Drinker knew this movie was going to be huge. I mean, it vaguely resembles a movie. It's easy to tell people are going to be into this. Yeah.
Right.
And also the performances were funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
I
action
just-
was all fine. Yeah.
Look, I saw these stupid Star Wars movies and I was like, oh my God, I'm in pain. Make it stop, right?
They still made $1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel that in this movie, except, obviously when the feminist speech was, I was like, ugh, so cringy.
Yeah,
But
like I just felt the movie was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like it was funny, and then it'd have like a lot of slow bits. I'm like, oh god.
It had many slow bits. Even the intro, which was, I mean, the production design is amazing, but it kind of wears off fast. And you're like, okay, something needs to happen here.
Right.
Are we going to stay in this world forever? I mean, it's kind of boring.
The problem is, again, the feminist politics ruined the movie because the movie's edited poorly. The parts that need to be fleshed out are too short, and the parts that need to be shortened are way too long.
Yes. Yeah, big time. Huge, long setup. The visiting the weird Barbie thing, super long and not really that funny. A lot of girl jokes in there.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, the high heel and the Birkenstock. Yeah. Funny joke.
Yeah, all the weird Barbie stuff was way too long and pointless.
Yeah.
Most of the Mattel
Look, it's
stuff
a weird
was
Barbie.
Yeah, most
Laugh.
of the Mattel stuff.
Please laugh.
Please laugh. You see Jeb show up. Please laugh.
Please laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All the Mattel stuff was like way too long.
Oh
and
yeah.
pointless.
Even Will Ferrell, I felt a twinge of embarrassment for Will Ferrell. I'm like, wow, he's really giving it his all, but this is just real shit.
I mean, he was doing the Will Ferrell character he does in like every movie, so.
It really offended me that they were like trying to get her in the box and you knew that it was a bad thing, but the main character like didn't really, I mean, I was like, what is her motivation for not getting in the box? Like
Barbie?
Yeah. they're gonna put her in the box and take her back to Barbieville.
Right.
But then right
Well, yeah,
after
you're
that,
right.
she wants to go back to Barbieville. I'm like, why not just get in the box and take a free ride?
It makes that's a great point, and we never brought it up. They literally want to put her in a box to take her to. Well, first of all, from a realistic, like from a movie perspective, what is the point of putting her in the box? She literally comes into the office and says, "I want to go back to Barbie World."
Yes.
And they should have just been like, "Well, we'll take you right there."
Here,
They go
look,
downstairs,
here's your car.
Right. They go in a car. They give her the roller skates, and they say,
Yeah.
well, and, you know, bon voyage.
We don't
go
need
back
the
to
box.
Barbie Land."
Look.
Right. What is the point of putting her in a box except that they're trying to insert this really stupid
kind of
political, you know, feminist. Oh, they're trying to put a woman in a box. Literally, they're trying to box her in.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, that's so lame.
It's yet another example of the politics of the movie having to be inserted in the movie, ruining some other aspect of the movie or creating a plot hole.
So
or inconsistency or something.
lame.
Because it's not like, or you know what, they could have even fixed it too. Because what they should have said was, oh, they're going to put her in a box. And the reason they're putting her in a box is because they're going to take her back to like the secret lab to dispose of her or to like fix her or something. Like they're going to do something to her, right, before they bring her back.
That would have been
you know, would be
much
suspect.
higher stakes, like wipe
Right.
her memory. Yeah.
Yeah, or exactly. They wanted to do, well, actually, the problem with that is they'd have to use wipe her memory because anything else than that, the Mattel would never probably have allowed them to like do something insidious to Barbie. But yeah, they could have done wipe her memory or just something to give it some stakes. Because you're right, like there's a chase sequence between Mattel and Barbie when they both want the same outcome.
Yeah, ridiculous.
What is the stakes of the chase?
Look, for
They're
those
gonna
of
catch
us,
her and bring her back to Barbie Land.
yeah, for those of us who actually enjoy movies, part of the enjoyment is playing along with the main character and going, "What would I do in this situation?" You know, would I get in the box? But when I don't know why the fuck, what's even going on with the box? How am I supposed to play that game? Right?
Right.
Would I get in the box? Well, hell yeah, I want to go back to Barbie Land.
And then even
It's so
if you're trying
stupid.
to play that game of what would I do, after that point, Barbie basically loses most of her agency, or if not all
Yeah,
of her agency, in the rest of the movie. It just gets dragged around by the other characters, like a doll. Or
I started playing the game with Ken, and I think most people did. Most
Yes.
people were like, okay, Ken has a goal. Let's
Right.
see if I can. What would I do in this situation? How would I implement the patriarchy? How would I
What's in
get
the
Barbie to
box?
love me? How would I beach off against that other lame Ken?
Hot Diggity Demon says, I think Sitch and Adam have Barbie derangement syndrome. We do. We have BDS.
Oh, really?
There you go. There you go.
How dare you?
I know. How dare. Where's your Barbie video? Where's that?
Mine?
No. Hot
Look,
Diggity Demon.
Well, our Barbie videos did really well. I mean,
That's true.
Look, it wasn't a huge financial windfall by any means, but
That's also true.
they were fun to make, and they did do better than most of our clips do. So
Mm-hmm.
the Doomer debate, Barbie debate, was really good. People really
Yeah, that
liked
was
that.
fun. In finger quotes.
Well, I do feel bad for Doomer because I feel like I said, I like Doomer. I think Doomer.
I don't feel bad.
I think Doomer is much cooler than Chud. Yeah, what were we doing?
It doesn't. It's a counterexample because the trailers lied. As we've seen, that isn't really true.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I forgot what we
Look,
were.
it's like 50 lies per minute. What are you doing?
Videos, but there's really no workable formulation of it that wouldn't include the Barbie film. How, then, is that sacred mantra to be preserved? How can Barbie's runaway success be anything but an open refutation of get woke, go broke? The drinker, knowingly or not, though I suspect knowingly, has furnished this movement with an answer. Barbie tricked the world. People were lured to see it under false pretenses. It doesn't count as a counterexample because the trailers lied. As we've seen, that isn't really true.
Drinker never said that.
No.
Drinker never made that
argument.
Yeah.
He just said that the trailers were deceptive, which they were.
Has Drinker used the get woke go broke? I'm sure he has. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm proud of it, but he didn't talk about that in this context at all.
Right.
And also, this guy lies again because he never he never acknowledged that the trailers did not have any of the political messaging at all in them.
Right.
True. But when has truth ever got in the way of this lot before?
Ironic.
The Drinker's Barbie video then
Yeah,
might
very.
be more than a loose collection of inaccurate jabs. It might be an effective employment of dishonesty, a carefully calculated, almost plausible justification for the continuation of that anti-woke grift his fans so rapidly claim he's not a part of. To be clear though, I am not stating that this is the case. It is a possibility, sure, but there is another one. And
But wait, I'm just gonna say, like, after calling him a liar for 18 minutes and 30 seconds, calling him alt-right or alt-right adjacent or whatever fuck alt-right substrate, like, oh, but there's an alternative explanation here. Okay, what do you think it's gonna be?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
Mr.
good one.
Bean, he just stumbled into a situation by accident.
The I could be wrong, and this could be
Let's see.
what's going on. I don't know.
It's all just a troll. Let's see.
that's that the Drinker isn't pushing these narratives intentionally, isn't pursuing an inaccurate framing of the film in order to help the reactionary anti-woke grift continue, and isn't trying to couch his inaccurate review in this sort of Mott and Bailey structure where flaws and poor criticism don't matter because woke film bad anyway. The other possibility is that he's not ideologically committed to any of this, and is simply exploiting it.
So wait. What the fuck? This guy's an idiot. What the fuck does he think a grifter is? He's literally like, listen, there's an alternative. He's not a right-wing grifter.
He's just
He's
a grifter.
a grifter. He doesn't even care about anything. He has no ideological basis at all.
He's just a regular grifter.
Right. I love it's not even
Wow.
just like, maybe he just has a different view of a movie than you have.
I knew
a
he
different-
couldn't make that. He couldn't
No.
say that, obviously.
A different view that you acknowledge you could understand earlier in this video. You even yourself said that the themes of the movie are messy. And it seemed like you were saying it was understandable that someone could come to these conclusions. And yet now you're like, no. He's just a fucking liar. Okay. I can actually see why, Critical Drinker someone would never want to interact with this. This person's such a scumbag.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
wouldn't
wild
want
to
to.
me. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to give them exposure when they're just obviously like delusional
Right.
or a piece of shit or both.
We'll give him exposure.
Well,
Come
yeah.
talk to us.
Look, we don't care.
We'll give anyone exposure.
I'm trying to get
Exploiting-
Dad Katie back on the show, man. She's great.
Yeah, there you go.
An audience that doesn't care if your review's built on lies, misrepresentations, and nonsensical
What's that?
nitpicks, so
What
long
is-
as it
What is that clip of the guy drinking orange juice again?
It's not. It's fucking orange Gatorade, and it's making me want to drink orange Gatorade.
I know. I'm dying. I love orange Gatorade. What's going on?
Yeah.
Why is that clip in here a million times?
It's supposed to be like them drinking the critical drinker juice. That's like the Kool-Aid that's mind controlling them. or
Really?
something. I think I'm guessing
Oh.
that's what they.
God, I want some Kool-Aid.
I just like that
Drinker.
He's like critical drinker misrepresenting the Barbie movie, and he cuts back to the husband character.
Mhm.
His big refutation is that all the men in the movie are not evil because of this one character that you see for 20 seconds who's shown to be an ineffectual loser.
Yeah,
But
totally.
great counter argument there, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, he should do a graphic where the guy's got like a halo around his head and he's just
Right.
like, since this is basically his ace card right here. Look, this loser.
its target
He should do the green soy milk around his mouth, like,
Oh, like Luke?
yeah, like Luke,
Yeah.
just to show that he's with it.
a woke product, and that he's doing this either out of laziness or because he's not a good enough critic to do his job any other way. Turning out formulaic thriller novels and clickable little morsels of hate is one thing, but
This guy's so jealous. Oh
I know.
my God, he's
I know.
so fucking thirsty.
That's why I keep showing pictures of drinking.
He's
Very
so thirsty. How dare this guy is successful? I'm the genius.
So is he actually trying to make the argument that the movie isn't woke? Because that's like insane.
Ooh, that's a tough sell right there.
That's a super tough sell, yeah.
Well, that's a strange thing because if you're making the argument that it went woke and didn't go broke,
Yeah, it has to go woke, right?
yeah, exactly.
Right, you have to make
Otherwise,
one
you
or the
can't
other.
make that argument.
Right. So he agrees the movie is woke.
Yeah, That's what I would
Oh,
think.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Or does he? I don't know. He's been contradicting himself left and right. So I bet you, I don't know if he would actually sit down and buy that.
He's a giant flip-flopper.
Right.
This guy flip-flops more than John Kerry.
Wow.
Look at that. How'd you like that one?
Wow. Bringing it all the way back.
That was an old joke, wasn't it?
Jeez.
John Kerry ran against Obama, like, I think the first time around, right?
No, what the hell are you talking about?
When did John Kerry run for president?
John Kerry ran for
Oh, yeah.
president.
He can't run
against
George
W.
Bush. Second, yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm so out of it. I just said that John Kerry ran against Obama.
Yeah. What? No.
They're both
Hillary
Democrats.
Clinton ran against
Okay.
Obama
Right.
in the primary. Yeah.
This guy here, this garbage person, is trying to swift boat the critical drinker. What the fuck? How dare you?
Mhm.
How dare you try to swift boat our beloved? Well, I don't know. The analogy kind of breaks down because I don't think people like John Kerry. So
Actually engaging with art is another. So his Barbie video isn't interesting because it's full of porkies, or because it sometimes plays like he fell asleep in the theatre. It's interesting because it lays out pretty clearly the dilemma at the heart of the Critical Drinker channel. Is he just a chud on the anti-woke grift that's been able to maintain a kind of plausible deniability in the way a, say, Geeks and Gamers hasn't? Or is he just a hack, unable or unwilling to produce well-written videos who's found a strategy that requires neither? What's the answer? Well, here's mine. Does it matter? Does it change anything? Either way, a Get Woke Go Broke Barbie exemption has been furnished. Either way, the criticism on display here is largely drivel, and
Other people are saying Barbie get woke, go broke that are not Chud. So therefore, I get to use that to attack Chud and create a complete headcanon narrative about his video on the subject matter.
I know it's a complete
Okay.
weak sauce critique.
Right.
I also feel that there is some jealousy coming from this guy feeling boxed in by his own political beliefs. Like he's like, oh, I could make this kind of movie analysis if I wasn't such a, bubblehead inside the socialist.
Well, that's the irony. He say, "Oh, he's a chud. He's a reactionary. He's doing all this right-wing grift." Meanwhile, this guy just is literally completely subsumed with left-wing, not even left-wing, leftist garbage takes, essentially.
Yeah, he can
And
only
garbage
make
ideology.
look. He can only make kind of videos from this leftist perspective.
Right.
Yet he's the one saying, "Oh, we have to understand art for art's sake."
Right.
It is very ironic.
That's right. He's either, I don't like that, yes. Critical Drinker is either a grifter or he's a grifter.
Yeah. Could he look? I think Critical Drinker's analysis of the movie is kind of good, independent of politics, and this guy's trying to shoehorn a political thing into Critical Drinker's
Sure.
video. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think he could make that same criticism without thinking of himself as abandoning his leftist principles.
Right.
Yeah. Because all the leftist stuff in the movie is like, oh, this is good stuff.
Mhm.
I'm supposed to like this.
either way, we're probably all better off not watching. Oh, and just for old time's sake,
They were so filled with rage and hatred and bitterness that it just had to come spewing out onto the screen.
thank you for watching. If you want to help this
I
reach a wider audience,
know what that's
likes,
a reference
comments,
to.
and shares are all very
Okay.
Look, that's deep lore of the channel, guy.
Okay, I guess there's some lore there.
Look, when people stumble upon our channel and they don't know our lore, they think the same thing. They're like,
Okay.
what are these guys talking about? Oh my God.
Wow. Well, there's a garbage person. He definitely lacks some serious Kenergy.
Look at that. He brought it back. That's right.
Massive lack of Kenergy.
This guy's a fucking Allen.
He's
an
total
Allen.
He's a 100% Allen, 100% soy. Yeah. There you go.
I'm telling you guys, 20% is the right amount. Don't go. No one. Don't go 21. Don't go 22.
Right.
Don't go 50. Don't go 100% like this guy. Oh my God. Hi, you just listened to a clip from the Sitch and Adams show. If you like what you heard, you can listen to our live show right here on this channel on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want, you can super chat us. We read $20 and up super chats on the show and then do a follow-up stream on the following Tuesday where we read the rest of the unread super chats and interact with fans of the show. Subscribe to this channel right here to listen to the live show or to listen to more of our awesome clips.